Hello, Andy. This is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig.
So first up, I had to download it. I had to play it. Hi-Fi Rush. It was just announced at the Xbox Games conference thing that they just did, and it's one of these games that, when you're looking at it, it looks absolutely stunningly amazing. And I just assumed that because it was a lower budget game, it was a game that came out of nowhere. There was a couple of rumours that Tango Works were working on a game, and everyone just assumed it was like a horror gothic game. It turns out to be a really bright, colourful, shiny, cel-shaded sort of style action beat 'em up with music. And I was playing it, and I loved the humour. I loved how things were going, and yeah, I think it could be a really nice little game. I'm glad it is like a budget sort of title. It's only like half price of a normal game, I believe, and it looks stunning. It really does look absolutely beautiful when you're playing it. Yeah, so Hi-Fi Rush, really nice little game. Hopefully I'll play a little bit more and see how I get into it.
Hold on, did you just feel that? That beat? Ready for more?
Profession, rock star.
Future rockstar.
So next up was Bladed Fury. Now this one is like a 2D side-scrolling sort of game. Imagine like a Nidhogg sort of game, but it's more of a story-based sort of thing. But you're still running around trying to hack and slash people and kill them. It's like just about any other game really. Yeah, so Bloody Fury, nice little game. I got a bit bored after about half an hour, so I don't know if I'll ever go back to it, but yeah, it was okay, just one of those okay games, you know, it's just like, yeah, it's alright. So, yeah, moving on. Need for Speed Heat. Now, I only downloaded this one because some people were sort of saying that Need for Speed Unbound, I keep trying to think of Ridge Racer Unbounded, but Need for Speed Unbound plays very similar to Need for Speed Heat, and I can see where they're coming from. It does look quite similar, apart from all the graphical shininess that's on the new version. But I don't know, it just didn't have that wow factor. I think the new Need for Speed, it just looks, it's got that something different about it, whereas this one, it just looks like 100 other arcadey games with realistic graphics sort of thing. And I just thought, it's not for me.
There is no escape. Look around. This is our escape.
Onimusha Warlords. Now this game, it's a remake, well it's more of a res of the PS2 sort of game, and it's very weird playing these games now with the static 2D backgrounds and the 3D characters moving in and out of the 2D sort of space. It's weird. I did enjoy like the Resident Evil style game, but with swords and stuff. It was quite funky. I liked that. I just don't think that, like when they did the Resident Evil remake, like the original Resident Evil remake, it actually looked quite nice because they added a more of a 3D, more of a high-res background image, let's say. Whereas this, it still looks very grainy and very pixelated and weird. But the gameplay's still there, it's still fun to play, which I guess that's the main thing. So a weird one next, and that was Doctor Who, The Edge of Reality. And this one, I mean, I don't even know how to sort of explain it. It's, imagine like the BBC pay a really budget developer to make a Doctor Who game. It's a first person puzzle style game, and it looks cheap, it plays cheap, but it was quite fun. It had its moments, it had little bits and bobs that was quite fun. But yeah, so that's the Doctor Who game. I wouldn't recommend it. No, I wouldn't recommend it. If you like Doctor Who, you'd probably be disappointed. But it's quite funky, quite fun little game.
I can't make this choice, so you've got to. You're the Doctor now.
The next game is Snooker National Championship, or Nation Championship, I can't remember what I wrote down now. And this one, it's basically the Pool Nation engine, and it's just snooker instead of pool. I don't know why they couldn't have just had the one game that had both, just like in option where you drop down 1 or 2. But I guess they could get like, I guess if they sell these both games, if they came out for like 20 quid each, they get £40. But if they were to release them both together, they'd have to sell it for like 20, 25, and they wouldn't make as much money probably. But very similar to like the Pool Nation game, it looks stunning, but the physics, the controls just seem off. They seem a little bit out. It's weird. But yeah, if you like snooker, give it a go, see what you like. Because I don't think there's been a proper snooker game. Was the last one like Snooker Championship 2019 that I quite enjoyed? That was quite a straight-faced sort of game, wasn't it? It wasn't like a funny sort of game. It was like a really serious game. And the last game that we've been playing this week is Mark McMorris Infinite Air. And again, this is one of those games where back in the year 2012, 2013, whenever it was, I played this game and I thought, oh, I quite enjoyed this, it's quite fun. But going back now, it's like, nah, the game's really bad. The game is really, really, really bad. And yeah, it looks like a cheap mobile game now. It's really weird. I think it's like one of those games that's got the background sort of like random generator, where it generates the background, the snow and the mountains and stuff. And yeah, it just looks basic. It doesn't have the detail. It didn't have the playability that I was looking for. You get in a helicopter, go to the top of the mountain, jump down, and just go whee, and it's just rubbish. Hit a little rock, goes inside. I think it goes black and white in slow motion, and just fall down. It's quite funny. We do have a review. Oh, I I don't even hear people screaming outside. That's really weird. We do have a review on the website of these little tiny earbuds with the microphone built in. I was thinking of doing the podcast with these each week, but unfortunately I'm a little sissy boy and I don't like things inside my ear, and it like hurts if I put things in there. That's why I went out and bought the Samsung Galaxy Bud Live that don't actually fit in your ear. They just sit in your, like, the little space, so I don't get the pain in my ears. Whereas these, they fit gorgeous, but unsurprisingly they do give me earache. But everything works as intended. They look really nice. I think they're about £100. So yeah, I'm trying to look for the box. Oh, there it is. Ugh. The Kimura Solo, these are. You can get the Kimura Duo, which are £150, or you can get just the actual cable itself with the microphone for, I think, about £50. The cable's not braided. They feel a little bit cheap, if I'm honest, but they do the job. It worked on the Xbox. It sounded nice in my ears, and I guess that's what you need. But go look at the review, see what you think. So yeah, please go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, comment. We're trying to do every week the Gran Turismo 7 series, the Fantasy League with Football Manager 23 series, Evercade series, the Star Trek Online series, the Worst Games Ever series, and the Ridge Racer 6 series. And that is what we're trying to do each week. Sometimes we can only get 1 or 2 done just because of work commitments and stuff. But yeah, that is what we are looking to do. So that's what I've been doing this week with me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 336 of the One Up Gaming podcast. And yeah, we'll be back in a few seconds with this week's news. So back soon.